So hello everyone and welcome to Career Launcher. So in today's class we are going to discuss the Hindu analysis. As we all are aware that every day at 8 p.m. we are having the Hindu analysis. So on Saturday I take the class. So am I audible, visible? Is everything fine? If yes, then please write yes in the comments. मेरी आवाज आ रही है आप लोग को? Anyone? If yes, then please write yes. Okay, yes, I'm audible, visible. Okay, so yesterday was Independence Day, so happy Independence Day belated. But I have one question related with Independence Day. Can you please tell me why the British chose 15th August 1947 to give us Independence Day? So this date was actually chosen by a British officer. Why? कोई बता सकता है क्या खास है इस दिन कि 15 अगस्त के दिन चूज किया गया था आजादी देने के लिए? Because initially, according to the initial plan, it was supposed to be given somewhere in June 1948, but it was preponed and it was given on 15th August 1947. Because आप लोगों ने आजादी मनाई होगी, आजादी दिवस कल, तो इसलिए मेरा सवाल है ये. मेरी आवाज आ रही है ना? Because आप लोगों ने आजादी, ठीक है, तो आप लोग बताइए, प्लीज टेल मी द रीजन. डोंट नो सर. चलो इट्स अ होमवर्क. ठीक है, सब कुछ अभी बता देंगे तो फिर ये हो जाएगा ना. सो इट्स अ होमवर्क. Go and find out the reason why British chose 15th August the date to give us independence. And after the class is over, and she's asking, can you please repeat the question? The question is why British chose 15th August the date to give us independence. अंग्रेजों ने 15 अगस्त ही क्यों चुना आजादी देने के लिए? एकदम सिंपल लैंग्वेज में. Find out after the class is over. You will be provided recorded video. Write it in the comment section. ठीक है, recorded video मिल जाएगा, नीचे उसके कमेंट में लिखिएगा. अभी हम लोग चलते हैं, क्लास डिस्कस करते हैं. Okay, so let us discuss. Today is 16th August. PM calls for self-reliance, flats, demographic plot. So it's actually the Independence Day speech being discussed here. Okay. The next is major GST shake-up. So he has talked about some reforms related with GST that we are going to discuss. Okay. So सबसे पहले यहाँ चलते. So let's discuss what he has said. The first thing he has said is Mission Sudarshan Chakra. What is this? क्या है Sudarshan Chakra? Anyone? What is Sudarshan Chakra that he has announced? बताइए. Anyone? You should be answering it. Our own indigenous air defense system. So पूरा लिखते हैं indigenous मतलब made in India, देसी air defense system. Like, okay, yes. So can you please tell me that during the Operation Sindoor, which air defense system we are using? I mean, of course, not indigenous one, but we had imported from some country. What is that? And from which country we had imported? Yes, S-400 Trump. कहाँ से लिया है? So we were using S-400 Trump that we have taken from where? Bought from where? Russia. Good. Krishi Sasdeva, you're right. ठीक है. So basically ये बात हुई है ना. और then he talks about प्रधानमंत्री विकसित भारत रोजगार योजना. It is actually to promote employment generation, job creation. So basically 15,000 incentive will be given to first time employees in the private sectors, etc. So of course to increase, to ensure, to push the private sectors to hire more people. That is the idea behind this. Okay, he used the word Atma Samman, means self-respect, and Atma Nirbhar Bharat means self-reliance. Okay, that is what you should be knowing. The next thing is he talked about made in India semiconductor chip, because generally speaking, India is not famous for manufacturing semiconductors. The countries which are famous are actually Taiwan, mainly Taiwan, then Japan, China. They are the countries. But now we are also venturing into this of making semiconductor chips in India, because of course these semiconductor chips are used in manufacturing electronics, digital gadgets. Okay, Okay. Then nuclear energy capacity, India will increase its nuclear energy capacity 10-fold via 10 nuclear energy power plants. It means nuclear energy capacity means energy generation. So we will not be using nuclear technology for making bombs, but here we are talking about using it for electricity generation. So the plan is that by 2047, when India will be celebrating its 100th birthday, we will be actually we would have increased by that time 10 times the nuclear energy generation power, right? That's the idea. And he talked about India made arms had done wonder or fantastic in Operation Sindoor. Can you please tell me some examples of the arms that were used? I have taken a separate class on that. Indian arms, एक आप example बताइए which were used during Operation Sindoor, made in India. What is employment linked incentive? Gracious Sachdeva? नहीं, रोजगार योजना थोड़ा सा अलग है. एम्प्लॉयमेंट लिंक्ड इंसेंटिव का मतलब होता है, it means let's say that you are having a company. If you are hiring more people, okay, you will get incentive from the government. Okay. So this Rozgar Mantri Viksit Pradhan Mantri Viksit Bharat Rozgar Yojana can be an example of this employment linked incentive. One example of that. Okay. इस तरह समझ सकते हो. फिर एक और होता है प्रोडक्शन लिंक इंसेंटिव स्कीम. ठीक है. सो जितना ज्यादा आपकी कंपनी प्रोड्यूस करेगी उस हिसाब से गवर्नमेंट आपको टैक्स बेनिफिट या जो भी बेनिफिट देगी. दैट्स द आइडिया. हाँ, इंडियन मेड आर्म्स बताइए ना. मैंने वी हैव डिस्कस्ड अ क्लास, सेपरेट क्लास मैंने किया है. एक लॉयटरिंग म्यूनिशंस किसी ने लिखा, ठीक है. बट kamikaze drones we had taken from Herop drones, we have actually taken from Israel and all. Indian made arms, BrahMos, आकाश. BrahMos तो बता सकते थे. यस आकाश, यस. ठीक है. तो कुछ तो पता होना चाहिए. यू शुड रिमेंबर इट. इफ आई एम आस्किंग इट कि इंडियन मेड कौन सा है तो आप बताओ. यस, BrahMos द बेस्ट वन. आई मीन वो तो एकदम पता होना चाहिए. So these are the things being talked about here. Now अभी tariff वगैरह लगा रहे. So Donald Trump is putting tariff etc. This is also being discussed here. The next is major GST shake-up. 12% and 28% slab to be axed. Axed का मतलब क्या होता है? Axed का मतलब क्या होता है? कुल्हाड़ी. और axed actually this is used as a noun is converted into verb. Axed मतलब उड़ा दिया जाएगा, मतलब खत्म कर दिया जाएगा. So basically actually GST ऐसे होता था 0%, 5%, 12%, 5, 12, 18 और 28%. यही है ना. मतलब जीरो को भी मान लेते हैं टैक्स स्लैब. ओके. अब देखो उसमें क्या बता रहे. 12 and 28% slabs to be axed. So 12% और 18% वाला उड़ जाएगा. ठीक है. So will be done away, है ना. तो ये दोनों खत्म हो जाएगा. तो 5% वाला बचेगा, 18% वाला बचेगा. These two will be left. 0% का तो कोई मतलब नहीं होता as such, but sometimes they write like this. So we'll be left with 5 and 18%. Because 28% वाला काफी ज्यादा था. 28% tax was very high. So of course वो बहुत ज्यादा हो रहा था, है ना. So that's why the government has decided that 5 and 18%. And most likely it will come during Diwali. मतलब ऐसा है कि मोस्ट लाइकली दिवाली के आसपास इसको इंप्लीमेंट किया जाएगा. Yes, around Diwali it will happen, right? So please tell me, GST was brought in which year by which constitutional amendment, and when do we celebrate GST day? अच्छा, एक और चीज है, एडिशनल सेस भी नहीं लगेगा. पहले क्या होता था, जैसे कई बार क्या होता है 28% टैक्स लगा, ऊपर से सेस भी लग जाता था, 1% एजुकेशन सेस या वो. तो वो ऑफ कोर्स बहुत ज्यादा ही बोझ हो जा रहा था. मतलब इट वाज बिकमिंग डिफिकल्ट फॉर कॉमन मैन. सो ऑफ कोर्स टैक्स बर्डन विल बी रिड्यूस्ड. वो 2017 by 101st amendment. So the exact date is 1st July 2017. 101st CA constitutional amendment. That's why 1st July celebrated as GST day. ठीक है. 1st July is also Doctors Day, but here we are talking about GST. ठीक है. एक चीज और पूछना है GST से related. Since we are talking about it, GST is very much in the news. Please tell me, GST Council कौन सी बॉडी है? मतलब स्टैचुरी, कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल, नाइदर स्टैचुरी नॉर कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल एटसेट्रा. सेस और सरचार्ज में थोड़ा सा डिफरेंस होता है, ठीक है। एक को स्टेट गवर्नमेंट से शेयर किया था, एक को नहीं किया था, ठीक है। अच्छा, दोनों को शेयर नहीं किया था, बट देयर इज सम डिफरेंस, ठीक है, ठीक है। सरचार्ज शायद थोड़ा सा और हायर लेवल पे लगता है, वी आर नॉट गोइंग इन दैट डिटेल, बट यस। कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन स्टैचुरी, अच्छा कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन है तो बताइए कि कौन से आर्टिकल में मेंशन्ड है, और स्टैचुरी है तो कहां कौन से लॉ से आया हुआ है, विच लॉ, प्लीज टेल मी, बिकॉज लाइक आई नीड। यस, 279 कैपिटल ए ना, 279 कैपिटल है बिकॉज इट वाज लेटर ऑन इंसर्टेड। देखो बताते हैं क्यों अभी ऐड किया गया, तो ऐसा तो नहीं 276, 277, 278, 279 ऐसे ऑलरेडी प्रेजेंट हो गए, तो इंडिपेंडेंस के टाइम मतलब ड्यूरिंग दैट टाइम इट वाज मेड। नाउ वी आर इंसर्टिंग सेपरेटली, तो बाहर से एक आर्टिकल ऐड करना पड़ेगा ना, वी हैव एडेड अ सेपरेट, तो कैपिटल ए कैपिटल बी व्हिच इज रिटन, सो इट मींस दैट वी हैव एडेड अ सेपरेट आर्टिकल आफ्टर द अमेंडमेंट। कभी कभी ओरिजिनल आर्टिकल में थोड़ा बहुत चेंज भी किया आता है, दैट्स आल्सो ट्रू, बट इफ यू आर कमिंग अप विद अ न्यू कॉन्सेप्ट देन ऑफ कोर्स इट विल बी फॉलोड बाय दिस। मैं क्यों बता रहा हूं, because if in the examination hall they have given three options, there's a 39 capital A, 43 capital A, 43 capital B, 279 capital A, ये सब बाद में ऐड किया हुआ है। capital A capital B means they were added later on or not originally present, ठीक है, that's what you should know। है तो ये we were talking about this, अब आगे चलते हैं। हाँ, सो जीएसटी काउंसिल में बात हो रही थी ना, तो अभी तो पूरा हुआ ही नहीं मामला। सो 279 कैपिटल ए इज जीएसटी काउंसिल, ठीक है। एंड हु इज द हेड ऑफ जीएसटी काउंसिल, चेयरपर्सन। जीएसटी इस बार लगता है न्यूज में है वो काफी ज्यादा, सो दे कैन आस्क इट। अच्छा, इसको जो भी इसको नेक्स्ट जनरेशन जीएसटी रिफॉर्म टर्म यूज किया गया है, ठीक है, इसे पता होना चाहिए, नेक्स्ट जनरेशन जीएसटी रिफॉर्म। कंफ्यूजन शुरू हो गया, फाइनेंस मिनिस्टर की आरबीआई गवर्नर, यस, जीएसटी चेयरपर्सन इज फाइनेंस मिनिस्टर, ठीक है, यस, फाइनेंस मिनिस्टर इज द राइट आंसर, ठीक है, सो याद रखिएगा। खैर, है ना, और ये बहुत सारे टैक्स स्लैब से इतना डिटेल नहीं जाना है, तो यहाँ पे लिखा हुआ है कि क्या क्या है, बट इतना रफ आपको पता चल गया होगा ना कि 12 और 18 वाला खत्म, दैट्स व्हाट यू शुड नो। Now, this is also 6 killed, 5 injured in Delhi as wall collapses of Dargah near Humayun's tomb. Actually, so basically near Humayun's tomb, where will you find near Humayun's tomb? It is near Nizamuddin railway station. Nizamuddin railway station. Okay, just बगल में आपको near to that you will find this Humayun's tomb. So Humayun, you know, everyone knows. Now, please tell me the name of the person who got Humayun's tomb built. किसने बनवाया था? हाँ, सराय काले खान के बैक साइड में, करेक्ट, यस, बस स्टॉप सराय काले खान इज देयर। Humayun's tomb was built by his sister, I think उनका नाम था गुलबदन बेगम, let me check it। Humayun's tomb built by बेगा बेगम, हुमायूंस विडो, हाँ सॉरी, हाजी बेगा बेगम नाम था। गुलबदन बेगम जो है उन्होंने किताब लिखी थी, हुमायूं नाम, हाँ ठीक है। So his wife had made it, and I'm sure you must be aware that Humayun's tomb was actually the structure is very similar to Taj Mahal. So later on, Taj Mahal was copied from the same structure. Now it is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Now अब हम यूनेस्को पर आ गए, तो अभी एक सवाल बनता है, how many UNESCO World Heritage Sites are there in India and which one is the latest one to be added? ये पक्का पूछा जाएगा एग्जाम में। How many UNESCO World Heritage Sites are there in India and which is the latest one to be added? Yes, Maratha military landscape is the latest one to be added. And how many UNESCO World Heritage Sites are there? Maratha military landscape. 44 sites, 43 plus 1, 44 now. Okay. So please read about Maratha military landscape. There are 12 forts. One is in Tamil Nadu, the other 11 is in Maharashtra. Okay. So ये सब पता होना चाहिए. So the incident, recently an incident happened where actually this is what is the news. This is not in Humayun's tomb, near Humayun's tomb. Dargah, what is Dargah? Dargah that tomb पकड़ होता है. Qabr, grave, what we call. Fine. So what happened was कि Delhi Fire Services, Archaeological Survey of India, and NDRF Response Force all came to ensure that things should be solved. But unfortunately, 6 people died also. Jengi Fort is in Tamil Nadu, which is in Tamil Nadu. Yes, out of 12 forts, one is in Tamil Nadu. Right, Krishi Sasdeva. We are talking about Maratha military landscape, which has been recently added in UNESCO World Heritage Site. Please read about it. We have done a separate class. Maratha military landscape added in UNESCO World Heritage Sites. Fair. On first page, there was another important article talking about Supreme Court Collegium cannot dictate names to High Court Collegiums. Okay. Now, what does it mean? Actually, this was said by the Chief Justice of India. Why? Because the Supreme Court Bar Association, senior advocate, one of the member, Mr. Vikas Singh, who is a lawyer, he had said that the Supreme Court should appoint lawyers which are practicing in the Supreme Court as a High Court judge. And in response to this, the Chief Justice of India, Justice B.R. Gavi, said this. इसका क्या मतलब है? कोई बता सकता है क्या है? What is High Court Collegium and how it is different from Supreme Court Collegium? So what is High Court Collegium? How many of you have watched this class? What is the process of appointment of a High Court judge? The collegium, which collegium initiates the process? I've taught in this class, which is very, very, very important. Should not recommend names to the High Court Collegium. ठीक है, वो बात सही है. The idea is, ठीक है प्रियांशी, The idea is how to appoint a High Court judge. This starts from the High Court itself. Let's say, I'm just giving example. Let's say a Bombay High Court has to initiate the process. So it will start with the Chief Justice. Yes, very good, Krishi Satyava. Great, Chief Justice of that High Court plus 2 senior most SC judge, 2 senior most High Court judge. They will recommend the name to the Supreme Court. And the Supreme Court Collegium, comprising of Chief Justice of India and the 2 Swiss SC judges, they approve the names. Then it goes to the Law Ministry and further like that. Generally speaking, I'm not saying all the time, but generally speaking, whatever they recommend, it's generally passed on by the Supreme Court. Sometimes they stop also, that's a different matter, but generally, agar sab kuch theek rehta hai, everything, so they allow it. So that is why the High Court judges appointment starts from here only. Yes, so that is what he's saying. If the High Court collegiums are recommending some names for appointing for a person to be appointed as a High Court judge, why should we go up against it? है ना? अगर वहां उनका कुछ नाम आ रहा है तो हम क्यों बोले कि नहीं हम अपने तरफ से बताएंगे आपको? Because the process starts from here. But ideally, of course, the Supreme Court Collegium has all the powers not to listen to them. ठीक है? इनका बाइंडिंग नहीं होता है, ये बाइंडिंग यहाँ होता है. ठीक है? Here is binding. उसमें भी एक के पास veto होता है. Out of the 3, if one will say no, that will be blocked in 3 judge collegium when the High Court judge is appointed. I have taught in detail in this class. But generally speaking, what happens is generally the Supreme Court Collegium does not go against it. Because recently also there was one news, I'm sure you must be aware. So she's actually, she had earlier served in a political party till February 2023 and had resigned. She had served as a spokesperson and had resigned from being a member of the political party in January last year. And of course, she has been recently appointed, like the process has started, and she will be a Bombay High Court judge very soon. Now, there have been a lot of things, whether she should have been appointed or not. So these are the things that were in the news. in regard to this. Of course, this must have started, the proposal must have started from Bombay High Court, then it would have gone to the Supreme Court, Collegium, and like that. Now, when you read it, you will get to know that there are some occasions where a politician, when a person who had joined a political party had become a judge. There are some occasion where after the retirement, the person joined political party and fought election and became minister. Both are the examples we have. But we have seen very less examples. Okay. And generally it is said, like, there are opinions from both the sides that if it has happened in the past, why not today? But some people say that no, there should be a cooling off period. Some recommends that there should be a gap of at least 5 years. That, okay, if you are a member of political party, so at least if you have left the political party, at least there should be a gap of 5 years. Like that. So these are different opinions of different people, which I have just talked about. Okay. Otherwise, these things have happened in the past also. Let's move on. The Politics of Insurgency, the Decline of Naxalism, written by former National Security Advisor, former ID Director, Mr. M.K. Narayanan. So what does it say? He's actually talking about AI, etc. Artificial intelligence nowadays is very dangerous also. He's talking about the 11 September attack, Twin Tower attacks, etc. Then New Orleans attack. I think that was also a terror attacks many years back. The term that is used is lone wolf attack. Do you know what does this mean? So lone wolf attack means actually only one person will go and attack. Means only one person will go. That person will not come with the colleagues. It will come alone, have gun and open the fire or something like that. So that's called as lone wolf attack. That is what is being talked about. Now we are living in the time of AI. So AI are actually have positives. न्यू ऑर्लियंस अटैक इस साल नहीं हुआ था, बहुत पहले की बात है आई थिंक. अच्छा, दिस ईयर भी हुआ था क्या? ओके, यस, ही इज टॉकिंग अबाउट दिस ईयर न्यू ऑर्लियंस अटैक, बिकॉज एक न्यू ऑर्लियंस अटैक बहुत पहले भी हुआ था, आई रिमेंबर, बट आई थिंक हियर इज टॉकिंग अबाउट दिस ईयर. फाइन. सो ही इज एक्चुअली सेइंग दैट देखो होता क्या, एआई इज यूज्ड. So AI is used for positive purpose, but I'm sure everyone is known to this, that whenever a new technology comes, it will be used for negative purpose also. So of course, AI-enabled bioterrorism, bioweapon, AI-enabled terrorism can also happen. So of course, every technology has positive as well as negative use. So these are the things being talked about. And he's saying that yes, Union Home Minister has said that yes, by mid-2026, we will see Naxalism being eliminated. What is Naxalism? So Naxalism, the concept was started by Charu Majumdar, Kanu Sanyal. Okay. And this became very famous in 1969, 1967 or 69 somewhere, when Naxal Bari incident happened in Bengal. So that is what you should know. It's a left-wing movement. The official term used by government of India is left-wing extremism. Yes, Red Corridor, etc. So basically, it started with Naxal Bari incident in West Bengal, where it was a sort of a peasant revolt type thing against the zamindar, etc. However, it took over a period of time, it became violent. This is the term uses spring thunder over India also. These terms were used. Yes, they are also called as Maoist, and the reason is they are inspired by Mao Zedong, a Chinese communist leader. That's why they are also called as Maoist. Okay, but now we are witnessing the decline of Naxalism or Maoism. That is what you should be knowing about. These are the things, data. Okay. और एक दो चीज पता होनी चाहिए. The most affected district is Bastar district in Chhattisgarh and Gadchiroli in Maharashtra. So this is Chhattisgarh. कहाँ चला गया? This is Chhattisgarh. ठीक है. ये जो नीचे वाला है ना, इसको कहते हैं बस्तर डिस्ट्रिक्ट. ठीक है. और ये वाला गढ़चिरौली डिस्ट्रिक्ट महाराष्ट्र. दीज टू आर वेरी मच अफेक्टेड डिस्ट्रिक्ट. बस्तर तो काफी ज्यादा अफेक्टेड है विद नक्सलिज्म एंड माओइज्म, यू कैन से. और दिस रीजन को जनरली कहते हैं रेड कॉरिडोर, या ये सब वर्ड लिखते हैं. यस यस, कृषि सचदेवा, जो 1949 चाइनीज कम्युनिस्ट रेवोल्यूशन है, that was brought by the leadership of Mao Zedong. Yes, you're right. and he had established Chinese Communist Party, I think before that 1934 वगैरह में established किया था, but he was it is said that he was the one who brought Chinese Communist Revolution in 1949, and it was primarily against zamindars, you can say zamindars type समझ लो, yeah, lords, peasant, it was a movement of peasant against the zamindars type, something similar to that. Okay. So these are the things being talked about here. Okay. And US में offensive or not so etc. इसमें कुछ है जानने का. So it's attacked Somalia and Yemen based on logical. Yes, ये आपको पता होगा, Yemen में we are having civil war happening. We have discussed so many times. Then Somalia is we have seen pirates, they attack ships, etc. I'm sure you must be aware of these things. इस हम लोगों ने कई बार डिस्कस किया, so I'm not repeating it. We have discussed so many times. Okay. Naxalites. So that is what he's talking about, that suppression of Naxalism and all. Okay. Then he's saying that nowadays we are using some people are using the word urban Naxal. Now it is actually a lot like controversial also. So we are not going in that detail. But yes, some people say that those who support the ideology, those who are intellectuals and they support this type of ideology, so a new term has been used for them. So these are the things being talked about. Now let's move on to site editorial, और इसमें author का नाम नहीं है, so it's actually talking about edit page author. Editorial, है ना, main editorial, which is reflects the opinion of the Hindu newspaper editors. So basically they are talking about PM Modi's speech. Now the term used here is high power demography, right? I'm sure you must be aware. Mission. So demography means population. So he has said that, but also laying stress on a communally colored community. Means मतलब we actually being talked about is actually that we have to be very careful when it comes to demography, etc. That the demography or the population should not be altered because to avoid like infiltration, etc. from the neighboring countries. It means it is actually directly or indirectly, you can say it is referring from the most likely from Bangladesh, the illegal immigrants. Legal one can come, of course, through visa route, through passport and visa route. But when it comes to, because a lot of Bangladeshis come to India also through legal route also by visa and all. But of course, there are cases of illegal immigrants. Now, so these are the things being talked about here. Okay. Now the question is, please answer this question. And I think it's comparatively easy. So first of all, you should be knowing that 7th schedule talks about the 3 lists, right? Union list, state list, concurrent list. Now, and I think it's easy. Please tell me the answer. So protecting the border is the responsibility only of the union list. Yes, you concurrent नहीं होगा, A होगा सिर्फ, ठीक है? So I'm sure you must be aware. So in actually bordering areas, or let's say in Bangladesh or in Nepal or Bhutan or let's say Pakistan. So the bordering areas, we see what? Whether it can be an army or it can be like something like BSF, ITBP, in the Tibetan border police, sometimes CRPF or something like that, right? Border BSF is mostly there. Yes. And both are actually controlled by central government. There is no role of state government at all. Although the state police can help when it is required, but the idea is that it is not even in concurrent list. It is purely in the job of the central government to ensure. Of course, it comes under a national security concern, and that is why, of course, it is the job to ensure that there should not be any illegal immigrants coming from some other country. That's the idea behind this. Not only that, even जो Navy में भी होता है, water through water routes. So this is naval border, right? Navy is there, and we have integrated Coast Guard. जिसको आप लोग Coast Guard simple लिखते हैं. All these are controlled only by the central government. No state government interference. Of course, they can collaborate. That's a different matter. But the idea is this purely the power of union government. And देखो आप union list उठाओगे, साफ लिखा होगा defense, military, air forces, deployment of armed forces. These are the things you should be knowing about. Okay, yes, atomic energy हुआ, naval, military, सब आपको पता होगा, but yes, I'm giving a rough idea. So yes, then PM Modi is talking about Sudarshan Chakra, etc. है ना, fully indigenous defense system. Fully indigenous मतलब देसी, made in India होगा. So like S-400 currently we have, but we have bought from Russia. Now we will be having our own desi or made in India air defense system. एयर डिफेंस सिस्टम क्यों इंपॉर्टेंट है? बिकॉज इंटरसेप्टर्स ना, जैसे अगर कोई एनिमी का मिसाइल आएगा तो वो एयर डिफेंस सिस्टम विल शॉट इट डाउन. So yes, to ensure that there should not be any such incident like we have seen during this time, like we had conflict with Pakistan. So we have to ensure that if God forbid in future we have to witness some sort of attack, then of course it should be easily able to handle, like we have seen recently S-400 doing it. But S-400 is Russian made, so we want our own indigenous made in India. So most likely I guess DRDO will play a very good role in this. ठीक है, that's what you should know. बाकी हम लोग टैरिफ वगैरह जान ही लिए, we have discussed about tariffs and GST etc. ठीक है. Now इसमें एक नीचे आर्टिकल है Balancing Act and Commerce and UK Trade Pact. It is written by Syed Akbaruddin, he is a former diplomat, and Shivangi Pandey. तो इसमें भी सीटा है, we have discussed about सीटा, तो I think मेरे ख्याल से इतना डिटेल अब जाने की जरूरत नहीं है. आप इस पे जाना, प्लीज सब्सक्राइब टू आवर चैनल, गो टू द लाइव सेक्शन, स्क्रॉल डाउन, यहाँ पे मिलेगा फ्री ट्रेड डील, प्लीज वॉच इट. And I think maybe they can give questions on this and you can make notes from there. ठीक है. Comprehensive Economic Trade Agreement we have signed. Digital wins are clear. इसमें अब इतना डिटेल मेरे ख्याल से I don't think we'll be asking. वही है कि ड्यूटी फ्री कर दिया, ऐसा मैंने डिस्कस करा लिया ऑलरेडी. ठीक है. Now paradigm shift, ये जो है this we are talking about is again वही tariff. इस पर भी we have discussed so many times. ठीक है. तो टैरिफ पे तो लेट्स वेट. ठीक है. मे बी समथिंग विल हैपन. ठीक है. सो बेसिकली दे आर सेइंग, नो, डोनाल्ड ट्रम्प इज सेइंग कि व्हाई आर यू बाइंग रशियन ऑयल. ये नहीं बोल रहे हैं कि रशिया इज इन्वॉल्वड इन यूक्रेन वॉर, व्हिच ऑफ कोर्स नीड्स टू बी स्टॉप्ड. वी ऑल शुड प्रे दैट वॉर एवरीवेयर इन द एंटायर वर्ल्ड शुड बी स्टॉप्ड. सो बेसिकली अमेरिका इज सेइंग दैट यू आर बाइंग रशियन ऑयल एंड यू शुड स्टॉप इट. बट पता है सच्चाई क्या है? इवन यूरोप इज ऑल्सो बाइंग. कभी कभी ऐसा हुआ है कि रशिया एक्सपोर्टेड क्रूड ऑयल टू इंडिया, ओके, वी डिड रिफाइनिंग एंड इट वाज लेटर ऑन बॉट बाय नेदरलैंड और सम अदर यूरोपियन कंट्री. तो भाई तुम तो रशियन ही ऑयल खरीद रहे हो ना, वी आर जस्ट रिफाइनिंग इट एंड गिविंग इट टू यू. सो yes, it's there, like the idea is actually there. I mean European Union countries are also very much dependent. Now please tell me, I am making a gas pipeline and you should tell me the name of the name. What is this? हाँ, चाइना भी खरीदते हैं बट यूएस ने पेनाल्टी नहीं लगाई है. प्रियंशी, आई हैव मेड, मैंने कुछ बनाया है. वो कौन सी पाइपलाइन है जो जर्मनी से रशिया को कनेक्ट करती है? काफी न्यूज में आता है ये, काफी, बाल्टिक सी में. जा भूल गए, कोई बात नहीं. नॉर्ड स्ट्रीम. ठीक है, नॉर्ड स्ट्रीम और नॉर्ड स्ट्रीम 2 भी बन रहा है वहीं पे. ठीक है. So we're talking about that. Then एक उत्तराकाशी में, I'm sure you must be aware, a very unfortunate disaster happened in Dharali in Uttarakashi district of Uttarakhand. So इसमें NDRF वगैरह पूछ सकते हैं. National Disaster Response Force is a statutory body formed under Disaster Management Act. Under this National Disaster Management Authority is also there, headed by the Prime Minister. At the state level, we have State Disaster Response Force. So similarly, State Disaster Management Authority is there, headed by Chief Minister. District Disaster Management Authority is there, headed by DM. So ये सब पता होना चाहिए. ठीक है. So they had gone, many of them, hundreds of pilgrims traveling in Gangotri temple and one of the Char Dhams temple had gone there. So उस region में कई सारे, why they are making Nord Stream 2? Nord Stream 2, I think Russia Ukraine war से पहले से बनता आ रहा है, and Germany I think is interested in taking. ठीक है. Okay. So we're talking about this यहीं पे धराली where this unfortunate landslides happened. Okay. फिर एक SIR के बारे में, इस पे अगर चलो, अगर if required then I'll have a separate class, देखता हूं मैं अगर हो सके तो. सो इलेक्शन कमीशन पे आई एम प्लानिंग टू हैव वन क्लास, सो उसमें वी विल डिस्कस अबाउट दिस। इंडिया टू बिल्ड इंडिजिनस एयर डिफेंस सिस्टम बाय 2035 अगेन, है ना, सुदर्शन चक्र वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट, है ना। एंड टुडे इज कृष्ण जयंती आल्सो, आई एम श्योर यू मस्ट बी अवेयर, ठीक है। S-400 वी आर बाइंग फ्रॉम रशिया, ये है S-400, देखा होगा। S-400 का ये कितना है रेंज, रेंज कितना है, रेंज हाँ, इसी में लिखा ही 400 किलोमीटर, यस। देन रशिया हैज बेट S-500 आल्सो, ठीक है। रशिया हैज S-300 आल्सो, बट वी हैव बॉट S-400, ठीक है। एक और अनफॉर्चुनेट ट्रेजेडी हुआ, इट्स एक्चुअली इन जम्मू एंड कश्मीर, किश्तवाड़ फ्लैश फ्लड्स। सो अगेन द सेम थिंग, बिकॉज वी आर विटनेसिंग मॉनसून, सो मॉनसून से देखो होता क्या है, व्हाट इज द प्रॉब्लम, पहाड़, दिस इज माउंटेन, ओके। माउंटेन में बारिश होती है बिकॉज ऑफ ओरोग्राफिक रेनफॉल एंड कन्वेक्शनल रेनफॉल। तो जब अगर मान लीजिए बारिश होगी और तो ये क्या हो जाएगा, इट विल फैसिलिटेट, इट एक्ट्स एज अ लुब्रिकेंट, तो लैंडस्लाइड कराने में फैसिलिटेट करता है, यस। एंड दैट्स व्हाई मॉनसून में ज्यादा होता है ना ये सब चीज, एंड करेंटली वी आर विटनेसिंग मॉनसून। सो आप देख सकते हो किश्तवाड़ फ्लैश फ्लड्स, टॉल राइजेस टू 16, नियरली 70 मिसिंग। तो अगर आप देखोगे, लेट मी ज़ूम इट, देखो ये जम्मू एंड कश्मीर का है, अगर ये है श्रीनगर, ये है जम्मू, दिस इज श्री अमरनाथ यात्रा जो होती है यहाँ पर है, समवेयर हियर आपको मिलेगा कटरा वैष्णो देवी टेम्पल, और यहाँ पर है किश्तवाड़, किश्तवाड़ नेशनल पार्क भी है, और यहाँ पे भी एक टेम्पल है एक्चुअली। सो इस टेम्पल का नाम है मशाल माता टेम्पल, ओके। सो पीपल हैड गॉन देयर फॉर पिलग्रिमेज पर्पस, ठीक है। तो बहुत सारे लोग पिलग्रिमेज यानी रिलीजियस रीजन से जाना होता है, तो पिलग्रिमेज यूज करते हैं वर्ड। So they had gone there, and unfortunately, we had seen this, what we call it as landslides, and many people died, many are injured. That's what you should know. Sir, convectional rainfall क्या होता है? Actually, 3 तरह का rainfall होता है, convectional, orographic, और देखो मैं बता देता हूँ। कन्वेक्शनल रेनफॉल जो होता है इक्वेटर में होता है, जैसे मान ली ये रीजन बहुत ज्यादा हीट हो रहा है इक्वेटर के रीजन में, तो एयर राइज होगी और यहाँ पर जो क्लाउड बनेगा उससे जो रेनफॉल होगा उसको कहते हैं कन्वेक्शनल रेनफॉल। एकदम सिंपल लैंग्वेज बता दिया। और ये जनरली इक्वेटर्स में ज्यादा देखा जाता है, और जहां पर, और अदरवाइज जहां पर हीटिंग ज्यादा होता है, ठीक है। ओरोग्राफिक मतलब पहाड़ के कारण। सो बेसिकली उत्तराखंड वगैरह में बोथ कन्वेक्शनल एज वेल एज ओरोग्राफिक रेनफॉल है, दोनों के होता है, ठीक है। रिसेंटली वी हैव सीन डोनाल्ड ट्रंप एंड व्लादिमीर पुतिन मीटिंग एट अलास्का समिट, तो इसमें मैंने सोचा है मंडे को क्लास लूंगा और इससे रिलेटेड रशिया यूक्रेन वॉर वगैरह भी डिस्कस करा दूंगा, ठीक है। सो दिस इज ऑल अबाउट टुडेस क्लास। प्लीज सब्सक्राइब टू आवर चैनल, प्रेस द लाइक बटन, शेयर दिस वीडियो। थैंक यू एवरीवन, थैंक्स फॉर वाचिंग, हैव अ नाइस डे।